All right, well, good evening, everyone. I'm going to give it just a second for some people to hop on. All right, so this is a live update in regards to the weather that we are going to be experiencing coming up tomorrow and Thursday and Friday. So there's going to be quite a bit of weather we are going to be dealing with, and we are going to cover that and the potential future systems that we may have coming our way. So first off we have this low pressure system that's really going to impact our weather over the next few days. You have low pressure system with 998 millibars right here. This is the current radar as of 6 p.m. I believe. So it's a little bit behind, but they've updated it to the point where it's current. So this is where the low pressure system is right now. And this low pressure system is what's going to be bringing the high winds that I've been talking about, the snowfall, and the sub-zero temperatures, or the sub-zero wind chills. We won't have sub-zero temperatures, but we will have sub-zero wind chills coming our way on Wednesday. So all of these are at play with this storm system that's coming through tomorrow. It's starting likely at 4 a.m. The high winds are going to be starting early in the morning and continuing through all day Wednesday. 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour closer to the lakeshore, and that's what's going to play a role in the development of a lot of lake effect snow that's going to be moving through the area. So let's do the radar track right here. This is what the current GFS model is putting out for the system. First of all, we've got this system that's prompting a few blizzard warnings in parts of Minnesota, the Dakotas, and this is going to continue to progress eastward, get a little bit heavier along the Upper Peninsula, and then you see that snow starting to dip down into the lower Great Lakes, the Michigan region. After this system moves through, there's going to be some system snow with this, not much system snow. It's going to move right by, but what's behind it is going to be the big concern. We're going to have nice northwesterly winds that are going to be pushing on the backside of this system, which is what's going to prompt moderate to heavy lake effect snow at times. So this lake effect snow is going to dump a lot of snow along western Michigan, and even parts of northern Indiana could see some snow as well. We'll talk about snow totals in just a second, but this is starting up tomorrow. This lake effect snow is going to continue through Thursday, and it's going to progressively get heavy and start to shift farther northwesterly as we progress with time. So by Friday, you've got heavy snow in the southwestern portion of Michigan, parts of St. Joe County, Van Buren County, southern Kalamazoo County. But before that, you have westerly winds that just send lake effect snow across pretty much the entire lower peninsula. So there's going to be a lot of snow to deal with. If we look at the hazards that the National Weather Service has put out, we've got winter storm warnings in pink. That's parts of Kent County, Allegan, those different counties. And then you have winter weather advisories bordering those winter storm warnings along Kalamazoo County, Van Buren, Cass County, Calhoun County, those regions around there. So the places in the winter storm warning could see 9 to 12 inches of snow potentially from this system, and places along the winter weather advisory could see anywhere from 1 to 6 inches. It's really hard to forecast exact accumulations with lake effect snow, because if you know how lake effect snow works, what makes lake effect snow is the snow bands that move through different areas along the lakeshore and inland, and wherever those snow bands tend to set up is where we see the most accumulating snow. So snow totals outside of the winter storm warning are going to be variable across different areas, but places within the pink are going to see several inches of snow. So that's going to be something to be concerned about if you live in the winter storm warning areas. Red back here indicates blizzard warnings. That's when you have severe winds accompanied by snow, which is going to cause some major impacts to travel. This storm will cause impacts to travel on Wednesday and Thursday across parts of Michigan and maybe even parts of northern Indiana, closer to Chicago, such as Gary and those towns surrounding the city of Gary. So all those are at play. The main impacts that we're expecting from this is 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts leading to potential for some power outages. That's why the wind advisory is out in the tan. You have it all across northern Ohio, northern Indiana, southern Michigan. 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts are going to cause the potential for power outages, and the potential for blowing snow. Blowing snow is what causes whiteout conditions on highways. So highway travel is going to be quite risky over the next couple of days. You're going to want to be careful traveling along the US 131, I-94, I-96, those different highways. That's going to be some risky travel if you head out along those highways over the next couple of days as the snow continues to fall. So be careful as you're traveling. And then also the potential for snow accumulations. Let's take a look at the snow accumulations that are forecasted by the weather models. All right, total accumulated snowfall. This is on a 10-to-1 ratio, indicating that 1 inch of rain represents 10 inches of snow. So let's slowly drag this forward. If it will drag forward, my computer's running a little bit slow at the moment. All right, there we go. All right, so this is the snow totals that are currently forecasted by the GFS model. So if we hover over some places, St. Joe County, anywhere from 2 to 4 inches is expected around that area. And then parts of Kalamazoo County, 3 to 5 inches in that region. Then we get to places such as Cass and Van Buren, where the latest models are putting out up to 12 inches of snow. And that's likely going to come later, probably around Thursday, when that wind shifts from the westerly to northwesterly. So Thursday is really going to be a target time for that region. And then you see the reason why the winter storm warnings have been prompted is consistent model runs showing up to a foot of snow along Allegan County, western Kent County, counties up in the western region of Michigan. So West Michigan is really the main place at play in regards to the storm system, and northern parts of the Upper Peninsula, where even up to 13 inches can be possible in those regions. So system snow first, gonna bring maybe 1 to 3 inches, and then in parts of northern Michigan, it's not really gonna make it far enough south. And then we've got heavy snow associated with lake effect. So that's gonna be the thing to keep an eye on. If you have questions, by the way, if you're on this stream, you can feel free to chime in with a comment. I can see comments, so make sure to chime in if you have questions regarding the systems that are moving through. So snow accumulations, blowing snow, causing whiteout conditions, especially along highways. You're going to want to be careful. This is the pileup kind of weather that we talk about. You guys probably remember when we had that big pileup on I-94. The weather is going to be similar to that, so you're going to want to take it easy on the highways. So let's go to the potential for sub-zero wind chills, because behind this cold front, we're going to have a nice dip of Arctic air move through. So let's take a look at temperatures real quick. Actually, let's look at the wind chills. The wind chills are what's going to play a primary role in this system. So we're going to let it render for a minute. Model needs just 1 second. Internet's operating a little bit slow today. All right, so this is the current temperatures. So as of 6 p.m., you have temperatures, wind chills in the teens. These are your wind chills, your wind chill index. So with wind chills in the teens, in the 20s and 30s as you get down to southern Indiana, southern Ohio, everyone's going to be impacted, including in southern Indiana, southern Ohio, Cedarville region, by these cold temperatures that'll be moving through over the next 3 days. So let's progress the map. This is the cold front. You can kind of see it moving on the back side of this system. And on the back side, you have that cold northwesterly wind that's not only going to be setting our temperatures going down, but our wind chills as well. Wind gusts of up to 50 miles an hour are going to play a role. So you just see it shooting in from the northwestern areas of the Great Lakes region, pushing in, and then we start to go sub-zero later on Wednesday evening, and parts of the Upper Peninsula will see seeing this as well. Northern Indiana, southern Michigan are what are going to see these sub-zero wind chills. So let's continue to progress it. Wind chills progressively get a little more deeper as the night goes on. Thursday morning, we could see wind chills in the -5, -10 range if you're in northern Indiana, and then in the teens and single digits as you get in lower Michigan. Why is that? Well, we still have the lake. The lake is what keeps this part of lower Michigan warmer, but the northwesterly winds are what are going to drag these wind chills into parts of Michigan and northern Indiana. So the western winds are what are going to send these sub-zero wind chills in. So continue to progress. these stick around with us for quite a while, and it gets even deeper sub-zero temperatures by Friday morning. You have temperatures in the negative 20s, or wind chills in the negative 20s in parts of Wisconsin, even in parts of the Upper Peninsula, and then in the teens, and then sub-zero, lower Michigan, and then pretty much all of Indiana and Ohio too is at play in regards to sub-zero wind chills on Friday. The winds are going to start to calm down though, fortunately, as we approach Friday. So the winds will be lighter, but the cold will still be there. So you're going to want to keep an eye on that as that moves through. And then later on, over the weekend, we're going to have somewhat of a warm front move through that will kind of give us a brief moment to thaw out before the next winter weather event arrives, which we will talk about later on in another video. But this is the big focus right now. Again, let's take a look at this real quick. Back to precip type. Let's load up this model again. All right. So, just as a little bit of review, system snow on the way for northern Michigan overnight tonight. It's going to be progressing eastward overnight tonight, and then this cold front on the back side after this system moves through is what's going to fuel the lake effect snow that we see along the western lakeshore. It's going to be moderate and it's going to be heavy at times, especially if you live in parts of Kent County, Allegan County, regions along there. Kalamazoo County and St. Joe County are going to see around 2 to 4 inches. So not a significant amount of snow tomorrow, but it is enough to cause travel problems and blowing snow because of the 45-mile-per-hour wind gusts that we will be seeing with this system. So really, this storm system would not be as bad if we didn't have the winds, but the winds are what are really going to drive the threats of this system. Whiteout conditions, possibility of power outages with cold temperatures. So just be careful as you're traveling tomorrow. And I'm expecting some school cancellations, particularly north of I-94. Places south of I-94 probably won't see that tomorrow. Maybe on Thursday, potentially, but I don't think it's going to happen in those regions tomorrow. So, going to want to keep an eye out if you're traveling, especially north of I-94. So, places south of I-94 will want to be careful Wednesday evening. All right. That's pretty much what I wanted to go over in this live feed. So remember, if you have any questions, feel free to message, comment, anything, and I will try to get a response to you as soon as possible. But stay safe out there. Make sure if you're traveling to have something to keep warm if your car happens to slide off the highway, or even some food and water if necessary. It's not going to be a fun storm to get through, so once we get through it, there will be a little bit of a warm-up before the next system comes Sunday night into Monday. That looks like could be a snowmaker. Right now, the models are saying that we could see some more lake effect snow, even more lake effect snow. Yeah, the lake effect snow machine's really kicking it out this year. But we will be talking about that later on in another video. All right, stay safe and safe travels to you all.